Hey, yo, gamers of the world, what's going on? Welcome to Marshmallow Mouthfuls, the first and only official Fleming Marshmallows podcast. I'm your host, Tough Cookie, with guests Nick and Chris.
Could you
What's up,
could you
gentlemen?
could you have thought of a less stupid name?
Hi,
Hi.
how you doing?
Alright, so we've got a lot to talk about today, starting with Watchdogs.
Stuff's happening.
Starting with
Watchdogs. So you guys know why they delayed it, right?
Why?
They delayed it because they released that trailer, and it's like, oh wow, the graphics are amazing, and then the console system requirements came out, and they're like, ooh,
No,
So they released
no.
that. So they released that second trailer, and the game looks terrible now in comparison to how it did in that first trailer. That's why
Well,
Watch Dogs was delayed for so long.
So, it comes out on May 27th, right?
May 27th
Yes,
is
yes.
coming up.
And here's my biggest concern with it at this point, right? Now,
Yeah.
it's the only Ubisoft game in recent memory where you haven't had a long time to pre-order in advance.
That's true.
Like AC4, you had 3 months to pre-order, and now Watch Dogs, less than 2 months, still no sign of it. And it's not.
Did you hear about everybody's Watch Dogs pre-orders getting canceled?
What?
And then
Why?
they just no, like originally back when it was first announced, and then all the PS4 stuff all just got canceled. In the Watch Dogs, everything got canceled. All their pre-orders. So yeah, it's had a rocky history.
So
I think
So-
the game looks good.
So
That's pretty
hopefully
good.
it does have a pre-order on Steam. So something
yet.
I wanted to bring up.
Or you could just buy it when it comes out like a normal person.
Well, yeah, but I mean, hopefully that's on Steam, because Ubisoft has yet to confirm that's going to be on Steam, from what I've seen.
It's probably not gonna come out on Steam until much later.
That's pain in the...
I don't
That's
know.
that's what I
Unless-
think. Knowing
Unless they're just
Ubisoft.
following the Assassin's Creed system, which is working fine. You buy Assassin's Creed on Steam and you still have it through Uplay, so they still get to push Uplay.
Yeah, but Watch Dogs isn't on Steam yet. And then there's games like Arkham Knight, which don't come out for another, 8 months? And
That's not even Ubisoft.
yeah, but
That's
still,
not Ubisoft.
Arkham Knight's not for several months, and that's already on Steam.
Well, the point is that Watch Dogs is coming out May 27th,
Which is
so you
less
can
than 2
get
months.
it then. You realize people who play with consoles might be listening to this podcast.
That's
Few
true,
members
of which I am.
members of the
Yeah, you
members of the
pretentious
non-master race. You're a member of the non-master race.
prick. Yeah.
Chris is
Yeah,
a PC.
I play Xbox. You got
This
a
is
problem
why
with
I
that?
selected. This is why I selected these two for the podcast. Chris is a PC elitist. Nick enjoys consoles.
I also like
Yep.
the Neo Geo Pocket.
Neo Geo Pocket is best handheld.
So my thing about Watch Dogs, you both know how the Watch Dogs multiplayer system works.
No.
So
Yeah, it's like live. Like somebody will automatically jump into your game
at any
and just
point, someone can hop in, and you don't
and troll you.
and you don't know until they start hacking your character's phone.
That's stupid.
But here's my concerns. I've got a lot of concerns about that, to be honest. One, they've said in a new developer walkthrough, which I will link below, if they successfully hack you and you either fail to stop them or fail to kill them, they get a portion of the data you found throughout the game. Do you lose that? Because they never said if you lose that or if you have to hack them and get it back or something.
I don't think they'll do that. They'll make you lose it. I think that'd be
There is a revenge mechanic
Yeah,
for you to go back into their game and
yeah, it's
hack
called
them.
retaliation. Something else. Is it possible to disable this? That they can just show up? Or
I personally
if you
not
can't
a
disable
huge
that,
fan.
that's...
I'm not a huge fan of this live multiplayer thing everyone's going for.
I
What
will
if I
have-
just want to be? Sometimes I just want to be immersed in a single player game.
Yeah, I wouldn't like people just coming in at random and doing
Watch
shit.
Dogs has that, one-on-one, and
Dark-
you...
It is awesome in Dark Souls though. Like, because what happens is you can find somebody's like summon mark
Oh
on the
yeah,
ground, and you can summon
that's a
them
good
and they'll help
mechanic.
you.
But Watch Dogs is very different than Dark Souls.
Because in Dark Souls,
Yeah,
you're gonna need the help.
In
Yeah.
Watch Dogs, they exist only to screw with you,
Yeah.
and you don't even know you're being screwed with until they're almost done.
Like, what if I'm like doing story missions or whatever, and then somebody just starts screwing with me?
I believe they can't come in during missions.
But what if I'm like on a roll, going through all the missions, and I'm like getting immersed in it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting to the climax of the story. Then somebody comes and trolls me. I don't
Yeah.
like that.
And also, what is they haven't said if there's any kind of cooldown on it. So like, could two people attack you back to back? Like,
Oh
You
yeah,
have
like
50
what? How,
people come in.
yeah, like they even said if there's like delays or staggering or anything like that, like the minute you're done dealing with someone else, all right, gotta get back to the gun store to replenish all the ammo I bought on him. What if you're already fighting another player before you can even reach the gun store? They even said if there's a delay or something between someone, when can someone attack you again?
yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see.
I think that Watch Dogs looks really good in that it looks like a real city.
Chicago,
like the
right?
city that
Yeah.
it's Chicago. It looks real. Like that's the whole thing with Grand Theft Auto that I will never get over is that the cities just don't feel real. They don't feel alive. Sleeping
Yeah.
Dogs is a good example of it. It's a city that feels like it's actually alive and it's
That's
actually a real place.
Watch Dogs
And
has
but
the
Watch
potential to be an amazing game, but they are treading on very thin ice with the way they've decided to handle its multiplayer experience.
I just hope it doesn't become the next Assassin's Creed.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by they run it into the ground and then don't do anything extremely original with it until the fourth, actually sixth game.
Well, it's already been announced that Watch Dogs is planned to be a 10-year franchise with movies, a Watch Dogs movie already in development.
Really?
Of course.
It's
Jesus.
a 10 years.
Of course.
They've got 10 years planned for Watch Dogs already. So the series isn't going anywhere. Something interesting that was shown in the dev walkthrough that I'll be linking below is the reputation.
Those dev walkthroughs are great. Like, everybody should do that for every game. Just
Yeah.
release an 11-minute video of them just playing the game. That is what every developer should do.
Something interesting they showed was the reputation mechanic. Like, if you do good things, you get positive bonus, and if you do bad things, you lose reputation, similar to the karma system in the Infamous series. And
Yeah.
Although the one in the Infamous series is kind of, it doesn't really affect you that much.
It's not like very deep at all.
But here's
It's
what's
like it's basically like
streamlined.
Shadow the Hedgehog mechanics.
Yeah.
but
You
here's what's good
You know, in
about
Shadow,
the one in
Shadow the Hedgehog, you do like the good levels, and then you get the good ending.
Yeah, I remember that.
here's the one in Watch Dogs has a very real impact though, the way that reputation works. Because
Well, I love the idea of like you're in a store and you buying a gun.
yeah, that's what I'm
and
saying.
then
And then like
the owner sees you on the TV.
Like, he
and
turns
then
around,
just, like, kicks
goes
you
to
out the
get your
store.
product, and then, oh crap, I'm selling ammo to a prime suspect in this criminal case. And then he sounds the alarm, and you have to run. That's pretty cool. Again,
That's
that's
awesome.
in the dev walkthrough, which I will be linking below. So, any other thoughts on Watch Dogs, or are we moving on at this point?
Eh.
Looks good.
Watch Dogs. Get
May
it.
27th.
Coming up
Be
soon.
there or be square.
Hopefully, it's good. Hopefully, they don't like mess it up like they did some of those later Assassin's Creed games.
Later
Yep.
Assassin's Creed games? Oh, right.
Assassin's Creed 3, pretty much.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Revelations was alright, but
Revelations was good.
I don't know. A lot of people don't like it that much. I like
Brotherhood
it.
was the best. Actually, Black Flag.
I say the second one was the best story-wise.
Fair enough. Anyway, moving on. So, quick announcement that I'm hyped about, and I'll put the article where I found out about this down below. The Last of Us is coming to PS4 with PS4
Great.
graphics and mechanics.
Awesome, because that game already looks amazing on PS3.
And they've totally remastered all the graphics, and I believe they're adding like special things for the DualShock 4. I'm not sure about DualShock 4 integration yet, but we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, Last of Us coming to PS4. That'll be interesting.
Are they gonna do a thing where like you could trade in your old copy and you get like money off for the new one, or the one on the PS4, or
Maybe.
like a little upgrade?
Yeah.
Oh, the only thing that's worrying though is the pre-rendered cutscenes. Like, what if the graphical level in the game is now above that?
They're
I don't
totally
know.
remastering the whole game. They're doing the cutscenes again too, I think.
Oh, okay, good.
It's like
Yeah.
a complete graphical revamp of the whole game.
Do you have a release date on that?
No, because it was just announced this week,
Oh.
and all they've said so far is summer 2014.
Well, that's pretty close.
Yeah. The original release date for Last of Us, Chris, you'd be the one to correct me on this, July 19th? Original Last of Us
Yeah,
date?
About around then. Yeah.
somewhere around there.
So I want to see if they do like a little Xbox 360, Xbox One thing where it releases like to the day a year later, you know?
Can I mention how bad the Last of Us movie is gonna be?
Yes, by all means, go ahead.
Like
Yeah.
they said, like there's gonna be a Last of Us movie,
And it
and
follows
so
the game story.
my first thought is, sure, there's tons of other characters in that universe. That would be really interesting. Then they announced they would follow the game story. So there goes the Last of Us movie.
Yep. You can't really just do that.
You can.
Remember
it
when
just
they-
isn't good.
That's like what happened with Resident Evil is they followed the game story but with different characters, and it was a complete debacle.
Some
Yeah.
people like the Resident Evil movies, though.
Because of they kill zombies and it's fun to watch. That's why.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, like critic-wise, it's nothing special.
But yeah, there's
I watched the first one.
There's
and it's-
definitely a lot of
it's-
hype surrounding a new version coming for The Last of Us.
I think that would be really cool. I wish I had a PS4 so that I could play it.
Something that I know a lot of players didn't use too much was Joel's listening mode, where it's basically detective mode from the Batman series.
It's something
Really?
that a lot of players didn't use too much.
In,
Excuse me. Do you
People
know,
use
like,
that a
like,
lot.
in the
Everybody used that every single fight.
I watched 2 playthroughs, and in both the playthroughs I watched, the guys didn't use it. So
Those playthroughs
Were
I've
they?
seen,
It's
like you need that.
yeah.
but either
It's
way,
like essential.
I'm wondering if like the way that's controlled will fit into the whole DualShock 4 touchpad that they've got now. Like
I
that's
don't
the best.
think
That's
so.
the best use. I
Like
think
like
of
how
it.
how do you think they would activate it? Like a
Like
swipe
just
or
tap
something?
it or something. Tap it or swipe or something. Because that's really. Because this is PS4. One of the biggest selling points for the PS4. Look at this
Yeah.
fancy new controller, and I think they'd
That's
be
an
making some
interesting-
mistake
That's
to
an
not do
interesting
something with
idea.
the new controller.
Well, they could do something with new controllers certainly, but I don't. There's just no point to it being something that already exists that you can already do with the PS3 controller.
Fair enough. I just think they've got to do something. Because it's
Oh,
just
sure,
like-
that guy did something.
It's just a remaster. They're not adding in new mechanics or anything. It's not like Arkham City Armored Edition. Y'all know what that is?
Yeah, I know what that
This is
is.
for
It's
For
like
Wii U, I
the Wii U
believe.
version where they added like a whole new extra damage mechanic.
Well, that's because of the Wii U gamepad. They had to make something fresh.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. With The Last of Us moving to PS4, they've got to
But-
do that with the famous DualShock
But
4
it's
controller.
but the difference between playing Arkham City or Arkham Origins, whatever it was, on Xbox and playing it on the Wii U is much different.
That's
Like
true.
it's still the same controller, you know. Like there's
Fair.
no like big screen in the front.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, it'll be cool.
I'm interested to see how they tackle the DualShock 4 integration.
Yeah, they'll probably do something.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's next? Arkham Knight. Ooh boy.
That looks good.
Rocksteady's final Arkham. Damn.
So there are rumors that
Rocksteady's
the
gonna
Arkham
take-
Knight. No, there are rumors that the Arkham Knight is the Red Hood. What do you guys think?
I think it's an entirely standalone character, like that's never been seen before.
I also think this, and I think this is the best possible solution. Like
Actually,
that's like
it's some. Rocksteady did a lot for exclusively game developers at a GDC, Game Developers Conference. They had an exclusive hands-on, I believe it was hands-on demo for Arkham Knight. And there's a few things I want to talk about in that, but whether or not it was asked, Rocksteady was asked repeatedly by developers whether or not it's an existing DC character in the Arkham Knight suit, and they didn't say. Like, Arkham Knight may be a new persona, but they've left it that it's entirely possible for an existing character to be inside the Arkham Knight.
But there's not many existing characters that I think would fit well into that character.
Joker
Honestly.
zombie.
yeah. There's some people on NeoGAF are like, it's the
Oh,
Joker again. Probably
yeah. The Joker can't do shit.
He's dead.
Besides, look at that picture. Have you seen that picture of the Arkham Knight with his foot on Batman's chest, shooting him?
Yeah.
That is not the Joker.
That's
that is
how the
not
GDC demo ended. The Arkham Knight beats Batman, puts a gun to his head, and says, "This ends tonight." Damn. Arkham Knight.
I wonder if you can find that online.
The Arkham Knight does not mess around. The only time anyone's ever seen him in action, he beats the crap out of Batman and holds him at gunpoint.
Yeah, that he outdoes Deadpool in Arkham Origins.
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke, whatever the fuck his name is.
Deathstroke was terrible in Origins, to be honest. Like, that was, for me at least, that was one of the main selling points, and then Derp. It was just counter.
That was a good boss. I think that was a good boss fight.
The entire boss fight was just counter these attacks. You're done.
No, it was pretty tough, even on normal.
But so, what do you think of the cast stuff for Arkham Knight? Hooray, Kevin Conroy's back.
Always good.
Always.
I think that we can just forget about whatever generic actor played Batman in Origins
He was
and
good.
pretend it's the Arkham trilogy by Rocksteady.
I'm glad Rocksteady it's back in Rocksteady's hands.
Origins did not go well, especially when they're like, yeah, we're going to stop doing bug fixes so we can push DLC.
Oh, that's the worst. That is
When
one of the
Warner
most
Brothers said
disgusting.
that, I was like, yeah, Origins is dead to me. But yeah, Kevin Conroy's back as Batman. Hell yeah. Troy Baker's Two-Face again. Nolan North is Penguin again. What do you guys think of the new design for Harley Quinn? Because a lot of people don't like it.
I think
I could
it's
care
terrible.
less.
You think?
I think
terrible?
it's terrible.
They should go back to the old Harley Quinn, honestly.
What,
But I
animated
could
series
care
Harley.
less. No, the one in Arkham City.
Funny you mention character designs from Arkham City. From what I've been able to gather about Arkham Knight, he actually has the Arkham City suit for the first good few hours of the game, and it's after the Arkham Knight beats him that he's like, I need to upgrade, and upgrades to the suit we'll see in Arkham Knight.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
he actually does have the Arkham City stuff for at least 1 or 2 hours into the game before.
so.
He gets beaten.
Definitely. So the Arkham Knight definitely can't be the Joker then.
Right. This takes place a year after Arkham City. There's been a year of peace in Gotham, and all the villains were like, we can work together and take out Batman. And then Scarecrow does, like, fear gas. The city's evacuated. And this is when, basically, criminals take over the city again.
Again.
Bane. And so...
Ooh, Bane.
And
Is they gonna
so-
do? Are they gonna do comic book Bane, or are they gonna do the movie Bane?
You know, that's a good question, because...
I think they're gonna redo him, right?
we've had like a
Well, they've already had Bane in this franchise, and I
It's
don't
true.
think
They've had
he's
Bane
like
in
good enough.
every game in the
But
franchise already.
he was the comic book one.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
saying,
like super huge.
Actually, speaking of other
I
people
really
in the
hope this
franchise,
isn't Dark Knight Rises the game.
It-
Like that would be terrible.
here's
I
actually
don't- it's probably not
something
gonna-
that I've been meaning to bring up since Chris said earlier. The Arkham Knight cannot be Red Hood because
How-
Red Hood has been changed in the franchise.
Oh yeah,
And well, yeah, but he still could be Jason Todd though.
it could. Yeah, when he's not Red Hood.
Jason Todd is still no. Jason Todd is not in the franchise, I believe.
Yeah, he is.
They skipped right to Tim Drake.
He's in City, right?
That's Tim Drake.
Oh, whatever.
But, yeah, he cannot be Red Hood because in the Arkham franchise established already, Red Hood is like the initiate for the Mafia, and the Joker is the Red Hood. In Arkham Origins, the Joker is the Red Hood, being initiated into the Mafia, and when his Red Hood initiation goes wrong, that's when he becomes the
If
Joker.
Rocksteady makes him the Red Hood and just completely discredits Origins and pretends it never existed, then that will be awesome.
Yeah,
That would be
the only
amazing.
way we could see the Red Hood as the Arkham Knight is if Rocksteady basically
Says,
retcons
yo,
the Joker's...
WB, you don't make good games. We're gonna mess with your game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rocksteady would have to retcon the Joker's best scene in all of Origins. Yeah, that's the only way to go
Yeah,
about it.
but John,
if Arkham
you
Knight
played
is the Red
Origins.
Hood. What do you say?
But nobody played Origins except you.
I played it.
Yeah.
I didn't even finish it though. Like I got really bored. I didn't honestly
Yeah.
like it was just
That's
I
the
don't
other
know.
thing. What's to say we're not gonna get bored of this game? Like,
The
I hope they
Batmobile
have
is here to say that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Segway! See what I did there?
that's awesome.
We've got the Batmobile now.
That was a pretty good segue.
I like how they're making it look
that was
more like
pretty skilled.
I like how they're
Like the
making
tumbler.
Yeah,
from,
yeah, exactly what I was gonna
They
say.
said at a GDC where they did all this like hands-on demo stuff, that they've tried to make the Arkham Knight's Batmobile a hybrid of Tim Burton's and the Tumbler. And
Oh,
I
and it
think they
looks
did a really
fantastic.
good job of that. They
It looks
really
great.
got the look down.
Yeah, that's the other Batmobile that it looks like.
Like the 1985 one.
I remember that
Michael
one.
Keaton.
Yeah.
It's a
Batman
combination
Rob-
of that Batmobile and the Tumbler. And I think they really got that.
Holy bat credit card, Batman.
No!
No, we
Shut
do
up.
not discuss Batman and Robin.
George Clooney, you suck.
No, we could just go into an hour-long rant about Batman and Robin, so let's not.
And we're not going to. I'm going to derail this conversation now. So, something really interesting that was shown at the, I believe Greg Miller talked about it in an interview. I'll link that below if I can find it again. Down in the,
Greg Miller is who again?
one of the, like, most famous IGN people.
Oh, okay.
He does a lot of stuff for
I don't
IGN.
care. I don't care about IGN. So
Still, he's one of the
game
people
game see, games isn't games journalism just the best thing ever, guys?
stop
Oh, yeah.
Like,
doing
the best.
advertising.
Which is what we're doing right now.
Anyway.
No, I'm not doing advertising. I'm being sarcastic.
Anyway, so they've said that during the demo from GDC, they learned that if anything the Batmobile hits at like high speeds breaks, like the entire environment is destructible from the Batmobile.
Oh, and the Batmobile can drive on walls
That's true.
and the
Batmobile can drive.
tops of buildings, and it's basically it's Batman Begins Batmobile, more styled to look like Tim Burton's, which
Pretty
is
much.
awesome.
And they have said the Batmobile will have a very large integration in the Riddler system. Now there's a lot of like on walls, door sequencing and stuff with Riddler challenges.
There are way too many Riddler challenges.
Well,
There's way too...
a lot of them are centered around the Batmobile in Arkham Knight. So that'll be interesting.
Well, I guess that's better, but...
The one from the GDC demo was like a race, and the developers had to keep showing, swapping different doors into different positions to get the Batmobile through the increasingly complicated track.
Well, I want to talk about this. Do you guys think the Batmobile is enough to save this game from becoming just same old, and being boring?
Not maybe.
Well, there's a lot more other new features they've added, which I think is pretty cool.
But I want Bruce Wayne missions. I want, like, you are fighting a criminal, and then you have to, go to some kind of big press conference or whatever, and you need to dress up in your nice suit after you go to the Batcave. And oh no, some guy's, like, attacking the press conference. You have to change into Batman.
That's a very good idea.
I want a conflict between Bruce Wayne's life and Batman's life.
I hope we can see that at some point, but we don't know how it's going to go at this point.
Like, that's a good idea, but do you think
Sleeping Dogs did a better job of that?
Well, that was the whole point of Sleeping Dogs. That's what Sleeping Dogs set out to do.
Yeah, it's missions where you're like the cop, and yeah, exactly. It's, I don't know. It's just, I'd love to see
from the very beginning wanted to be that.
Yeah,
that's
it's just
I
want to see that with I want to see that with Batman though.
But
where you have the conflicts between like.
Don't you
it's
think
like Spider-Man? It's like Spider-Man who's swinging around stopping criminals, and then he gets a call from MJ. He's like, hey, let's go hang out." And he's like, "No, but I need to save this murderer from killing people."
And then Tobey Maguire starts crying.
But here's the thing: that's a movie. How are they gonna How are they gonna integrate that kind of movie mechanic in a video game successfully? That's what I was trying to say.
That's true.
They did do it briefly, very briefly, at the beginning of Arkham City.
Yeah, but that was just a cutscene.
It wasn't a cutscene. There was the whole part where Batman's
that was a cutscene that you control, John.
It was
What about when you fight the Penguin guys and climb up Ace Chemicals, though?
That was just like the little
that
Chris
was
is talking about. What Chris is talking about is this like a whole gameplay mechanic as being Bruce Wayne, not
like switch
being,
at will.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It depends, but like, not just one little scene and then you never become Bruce Wayne again. You know,
that would be pretty cool to see.
But could they pull it off? That's the question.
I don't know if they could.
Oh, they could pull it off if they tried. It's just, will they try?
I have faith Rocksteady can do well. Something they're already doing well, which no game in the series has done before. First of all, huge map this time, right? In Arkham Origins, you saw the entire Arkham City map inside of the Gotham that we have in in Origins. Rocksteady's confirmed that this interpretation of Gotham is 5 times the size of Arkham City. Damn.
Pretty big.
Oh, that could also be a pain, though, getting from place to place.
Well, now you've got the Batmobile for that.
Oh yeah, of course. I forgot about that already.
Wow. You know what I hated in Origins though? The plane, like the bat plane mechanic, where you could like fly anywhere.
Could you fly it like gameplay?
No,
could you fly it?
That was a cutscene.
No, you couldn't fly it like through a cutscene. I never
ruined.
used that.
It was an annoyingly long cutscene.
Yeah,
like which would be faster, the cutscene or traveling to the position?
Probably traveling on foot, to be totally honest.
The cutscene was incredibly slow.
Something I'm really excited about after that game from Warner Brothers that shall not be mentioned. No multiplayer in Arkham Knight. They've scrapped multiplayer completely.
Thank you.
Good. Focus on the single player. Like games that have random tacked on multiplayer almost always suffer.
and Origins was certainly one of those games.
Yeah. Maybe Tomb Raider was... Maybe that's part of the reason why Tomb Raider wasn't everything it could be.
Yeah, because the multiplayer wasn't anything special.
The Game of the Year edition, entirely multiplayer. Like,
oh yeah,
I
looked at the game
that demands a story expansion.
I looked at the Game of the Year edition, and it's like $2.50 more dollars, but it's all multiplayer stuff. There's
that's why I didn't get it.
There's like one single player map, and that's 79 cents. You could go buy that right now. Why pay for just all multiplayer stuff?
Yeah, I got all the single player DLC.
So that's why tacked on multiplayer is bad. So thankfully they cut that from Arkham Knight.
Thankfully.
Another feature they've added to Arkham Knight that I'm very excited to play around with. You're all familiar with how the series has had quickfire gadgets, right? Like RTX or LTX or whatever for quick gel along those lines.
Useful during boss battles, useful pretty much never besides that.
I use them all the time.
I use them... I use the Batarang quickfire a lot.
I use the Bat Claw quickfire, LTY, to like grab people. Because once you get Bat Claw disarm, it's your best friend. But
yeah.
Anyway, they've announced that while you're gliding, you can now use quickfire gadgets. That's cool. Like
that's pretty cool, actually.
Like you're flying around, pull out the line launcher, quickfire that, and you've got a tightrope wherever you are.
You couldn't even use gadgets without quickfiring in any of the other games, so that's good. Yeah. So like that should add a definition to stealth, because in the other games you've been able to like shoot a Batarang from a hiding spot,
and then they see you.
But then they see you. So if you're gliding, then that could make it different.
Exactly, but gliding never really fit into stealth, because really gliding was a lot slower than just grappling around the room.
I use gliding all the time.
I don't, because it's a lot slower and more liable to get you seen.
That's true.
So hopefully... oh god. So hopefully this adds more incentive to incorporate the glide mechanics into the stealth sections of the game.
Which I already do all the time.
More incentive. I'm hoping...
I don't need more incentive.
I do.
Whatever.
I'm hoping we see more gadgets this time, because I don't believe there were any new gadgets going from Asylum to City.
Batman credit card.
Shut up.
I want to see it. And plastic lips.
Oh yeah, plastic lips better happen.
The only new gadget going from...
Make it happen, Rocksteady.
The only new gadget going from City to Origins was the Just Cause 2 style claw thingy that he took from Deathstroke. Did you ever use that at all, Nick?
I
played around with it a bit, but never really found it useful.
I never
like the old gear is much more reliable, honestly.
And
I never used it because I didn't play Arkham Origins because it was bad.
And
it's
worth playing for the story. And
it's not bad.
There is one other really good part about it, which I will mention in a moment. What was I talking about? Right. But yeah, the only new mechanic was the tether that Batman took from Deathstroke. And even that wasn't spectacular, because you couldn't do any takedowns with it.
Yeah.
It was just more of a distraction at best. There was so much potential that thing had that was just wasted. So I'm hoping Arkham Knight brings us a lot of new gear to play around with. And something...
Yeah.
Sorry, as you were saying?
Me? No, I wasn't saying anything.
Something Origins, and I think this was the part that Origins did best, to be honest. The Batcave. They did the Batcave really well.
That was a nice Batcave.
You could go into the Batcave at any point, see the vehicles, see any suits, and do something you couldn't even do in City, you can just swap the suit right there. You don't have to back out, go to a menu, pull up your suit, and then reload your save file. You can.
Did they have the Tyrannosaurus Rex in there?
No. But you
They
could,
should.
You could hang out with Alfred.
They should have.
You can hang out with Alfred, talk to Alfred. There was an achievement you could get for, like, listening to all, I think, 2 hours of dialogue that Alfred has. So, there's a lot. They did the Batcave really well. The biggest part was you can even, like, play around with the Bat computer a bit and, like, pull up the map, I believe, right? And, like, databanks and stuff on that.
I think they should put, like, I don't know how it would work, but I think they should put the Wayne Manor, like, the entire, like, mansion.
Oh.
That'd be cool. I'd like to see that.
That would be
kind of
awesome.
like we said earlier with the Bruce Wayne thing.
Tie in.
That could be cool.
Tie in the whole. Of course, Arkham Knight's only existed for maybe 4 weeks at this point, to the public at least. So.
Is there a release date yet?
Steam and GameStop have both listed it as October 14th.
Oh yeah.
October 14th on Steam and from GameStop, but Rocksteady is no official comment on that yet.
So here's the thing. I'm not sure it's next gen, actually.
It is. It's exclusively next gen.
It is?
PS4,
Oh wow.
Exclusively
PS4,
next gen? Really?
PC, PS4,
I thought it was coming
Xbox
current
One.
gen.
Nope, exclusively next gen.
Okay. Well, that's good, I guess. I hope the story's good. I hope we don't get a cop-out ending like Arkham City.
I think the story will be great with Rocksteady back on the wheel.
Rocksteady finishing their series. That's got to be pretty good.
Well, Nolan finishing his series wasn't as good as it could have been.
But that was a movie. This is an interactive experience. This is a game. There's different rules.
Which means... yeah, which means it has to be better, because you can't just have a movie. Like, you can't just be a movie. It has to be even better than a movie. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just hope the story's...
I see what you mean.
Hopefully they do some good stuff with it. So... yeah, I definitely like to see some really good Batcave integration from Arkham Knight. Because Rocksteady's never actually done, like, an interactive Batcave before, as far as I know. I didn't know that much of Asylum, but...
Asylum, there was... I mean, yeah, wait, I don't remember. I don't know.
Asylum's is good, but you can't do anything there. It just looks really pretty.
Yeah.
Like Origins had a fully interactive Batcave, and that was really cool.
Not fully, but for the most part, fully.
It was really cool to just have and hang out in and, like, go through Batman's databanks and stuff and see what he's got. Especially that early in his career.
Asylum's wasn't the actual Batcave. It was his surrogate Batcave underneath Arkham Island.
Yeah, it was his, like, little backup Batcave.
Ah. So...
secret hideout Batcave.
That's what we know about Arkham Knight at this point.
It's basically everything.
We just basically covered everything.
Yeah, I just hope that all the gameplay mechanics are going to keep it fresh as Arkham City was. Or at least the beginning of Arkham City.
Wait, did we talk about did we talk about the Batmobile transitions?
What do you mean by transitions?
At any given moment, Batman can eject from the Batmobile, and that sends him straight into a direct glide, which is pretty
cool. I don't think we talked about that.
Oh, we did talk about that, actually, yeah. Actually, no, we didn't. No, we didn't talk about it, but I heard about it, so I thought we talked about it.
Yeah, I heard about it.
So. Well, let's chat about that.
I think that's awesome. More ways to get around the city, always good.
And at the GDC demo they showed that I was talking about earlier, they showed off another feature that the Batmobile has. Because we already knew that the Batmobile can be summoned at a button press to just come to wherever Batman is and he can hop right in. They also said that if you've got the Batmobile with you and you leave it, you can set to track mode. So while Batman's doing stuff up in the air, you can have up on rooftops, you can have the Batmobile follow you on the streets, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Like, you can...
I wonder if you can use it in stealth and, like, confuse guards with it. or make
Kinda
them run
like-
after it.
Kind of like
You
Michael
escape.
Keaton Batman did with Joker's hand.
Dude, imagine citywide stealth where you have to like get from one side of the city to another, and the city's like overrun with guards or something, and you use the Batmobile to help get across the city.
That would be
That
intense.
would be awesome. That would be best Batman game so far.
Wolf to see.
I'm just listing my wish list here. That would be awesome.
My wish list, because they've said this is the last Arkham game, but they have not said the last Batman game.
Of course there's going to be more. As long as Batman's popular, they're going to make Batman games.
No, but I mean for Rocksteady.
As long as Batman's popular, meaning forever.
Rocksteady has said this is our last Arkham game. They've never said the words, this is our last Batman. So, I'm hoping somewhere down the line they pick up Batman Beyond. Just a little
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we were talking about
As
this
long
earlier,
as-
but- yeah.
As long as they keep it new, as long as they make sure people don't get bored of it after night.
Yeah. But so that's basically what we've got so far on Arkham Knight.
What's next?
Oh wait, there's one more thing I didn't mention. It's very minuscule, but it was said that when initially adding the original Batmobile into the game world for the first time, they just pulled up the Arkham City map and put the Batmobile in that. They found the streets way too narrow and the buildings too small for the glide that you could do when you come out. So
They widened it.
all the buildings are significantly taller than in any other Batman game.
That's pretty good.
Like from all
That'll
the
be
other-
fun.
from
That'll
all
be
the
fun to
other-
climb up and then jump off.
Yeah, from all the other Batman games, you had some skyscrapers, but you could always like see bigger ones in the distance. We're gonna get a chance to see the bigger buildings in this one, and that's really cool.
That was so disappointing in City when you couldn't dive off of the tower.
Oh yeah, you messaged me about that. You were trying so hard to find a way to dive off a Wonder Tower.
Yeah. But Wonder Tower's like in a completely separate like game area from the actual main city, so
Yep.
because of rendering reasons.
Yeah. So, since the video footage for this is Assassin's Creed, I'm doing Freedom Cry, let's hop right into AC Unity. I think we're going to go way over our hour time limit here.
French Revolution.
It could. I could honestly care less.
Japan.
Feudal Japan. That would have been
Everybody
amazing.
wants feudal Japan. Literally everybody. They're gonna wait so long to release it.
Now, here's...
Here's what they're gonna do. They're gonna keep feudal Japan in their like toolkit, and then when Assassin's Creed is dying, they're just gonna make that game and then save the franchise. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I guess they don't want to burn out all their trump cards yet.
Yes, you haven't played 4, right?
No, I haven't.
There's an email in 4 where
it
the
says-
dudes at at Abstergo are literally just talking about all the different places that Assassin's Creed could go.
Oh, really?
And
They mention Egypt, Japan, the French Revolution.
Yeah.
I would like a more modern Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
With,
then
like,
they explain that
like
too. Guess what?
like a World
in
War
that
II kind of.
in that email, it says that if they can't have any time where people pilot vehicles because the sync just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst.
The most recent assassin in the comics, but not the games, was Nikolai. He operated in Russia during 1912.
Well, now you're getting Arno from the French Revolution.
He's not in a game.
Who?
So-
Nikolai?
Yeah.
Nikolai's not been in the game yet. Something I found interesting when reading the article, it was which I'll link below if I can find it again, it was a very, very small, what they mentioned at the bottom, but they said AC Unity is exclusively next gen and PC, and then on the past gen is AC Comet.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
I like what they're doing with that.
But a lot of the focus is on Unity. No one's really given a second glance at Comet so far, from what I've seen.
Yeah, I think they should just scratch Comet completely and just go for Unity and put all their...
There's people like you, Nick, that don't have a next-gen console yet, and that would completely chop you out of Assassin's Creed.
Well, I don't know. I'd rather get a game that's like the best it could be than get like 2 games out that one of them I can play. And not, like, I don't really...
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think Comet, or whatever it's called, isn't going to be great.
Oh, man. If Comet is
It's just going to be a cash grab.
If Comet is Feudal Japan, everyone is going to be so pissed.
People are going to rebuy their Xbox 360s and PS3s.
Yeah.
You're already just laughing at the agony it's going to cause.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm going to be sitting there with my Xbox laughing.
I still got it, motherfuckers.
Still got it, bitches.
So, have you seen the design for Arno yet, Nick?
I haven't.
He's green.
He's green. Green and brown. No white at all on his suit.
Nope.
That's what I said.
I don't like that.
Actually, he's white pants.
I think it's fine.
White pants, that's it.
I think it looks fine.
It should be
white.
The signature color of the Assassins is white, even though, like I'm doing Adewale right now, who's wearing black. Well, I guess
maybe that's
blue, but still.
Because those are screenshots that were released. That's the only evidence we have that he's green. Maybe that's like early in the game, and then later on you get the assassin outfit. Kind of like what happened, though. Kind of like with 3.
Kind of like with Liberation with that girl.
Aveline.
Like she gets her.
I still didn't play Liberation.
She gets her dress. That's I want a female assassin. I want a female assassin in a main game.
Liberation.
I want one too.
No,
Liberation
not.
Is not a main game.
I mean a good game. I mean a good game, not
it
a Vita
became
game.
a main game though.
But it's still bad. It doesn't matter when it's terrible.
Well,
it's also linear. Did you know that? It's not open world.
Ew.
Wasn't it originally a PS Vita game?
It was a Vita title.
Exactly. It's not good.
Yeah.
It was Vita. It launched alongside AC3. Then they ported it to next gen, and
because nobody bought it on Vita, and guess what? Nobody bought it on next gen either.
So they made it next gen and PC when AC4 came out. They're like, we're bringing this back too. Hooray!
Bringing it back.
Bringing it back, yeah.
Now, something...
12.
Now, honestly, I think Ubisoft is treading on risky ground going to,
Risky, as in they're going to run their own franchise into the ground again, just after a spark of originality with 4.
Yep.
With the pirate ship stuff.
Wait, what do you mean, like, they're going to run it into the ground? Like,
the
what
stuff? Like, all the amazing boat combat from 3 and 4? Gone.
Well, yeah.
It's back in the French Revolution. They don't have any of that.
What was the selling point of... So, what was the selling point of Assassin's Creed 4? Was it the next Assassin's Creed game? No. It was
the ship.
You're a pirate. You're a pirate. That was the selling point.
You're a French revolutionist. I'm totally going to buy it now.
Yeah, because it's like... AC4, it's like, hey, look over here, pirates. Well, it was like, look, we have a new Assassin's game. Everyone's like, oh... You're a pirate. Whoa. And now that's gone.
Hey, if I was like a Spartan, alright? A Spartan assassin, I'd fucking buy that shit. Thermopylae, Assassin's Creed.
Because, like...
I guess that's why...
That'd be sick.
I guess that's what they made Rise, Son of Rome for.
But that's Roman.
Roman Greece...
It doesn't count. It doesn't count. It's Roman.
But that was a...
It's gotta be Greek, doesn't it?
It's gotta be Greek or it's wrong, man.
Just make Jason and the Argonauts the game. Jason and the Argonauts is like the most awesome Greek myth of all time. Because Hercules is just there, just tagging along, as he's a member of the team. He's not even the leader.
He's just there, like, hey, I'll help.
So we got sidetracked into somebody's culture.
Hey, whatever. It's better than...
Anyway, but yeah, that was definitely a main...
Getting sidetracked, John, getting sidetracked is what podcasting is all about. That's why you do podcasts, is to get sidetracked.
A note that I wanted to read for AC Unity.
Okay, read
it.
Read it.
In the screenshots that we've seen, and also they released a full cinematic trailer. Which
parkour up and parkour down?
Yup. Like, I mean, what, B is parkour down and Y is parkour up? That's destroyed.
What is that? What even is that? What does that do? I don't even know.
You can go up and you can go down.
That will destroy the entire control scheme.
It just, John, they'll don't worry about the control scheme. They're not gonna like release it and like you can't attack. I just don't know if the controls will be good, but they'll be just different.
They'll try.
Personally, if it makes the parkour mechanics more fun, I'm all for it because they get lame after a while. It's just you just go forward after a while to parkour. It's
True.
not interesting.
True. You know what I liked in Revelations that they never
I hear all my sound. I hear both voices. Somewhere.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too. From both of you guys. Should we restart the Skype call and then just edit this part out?
Okay, so that's podcast 1.
1 point. I don't know. I can't hear myself anymore.
Wait.
That's it?
It's good.
It's good.
All right.
All right.
We're live. We're live, guys. We're live.
Moving on.
Do you have anything else to talk about?
Yeah, we got a few more. Oh, we've got a lot more, actually. This is going to be a lot longer. We were supposed to stop it now anyway, because we were supposed to go for an hour, but we're like halfway through our stuff.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine if we can run over.
Yeah, we're definitely running over. Yeah, there's...
Don't upload it in parts, though. Nobody likes to watch that.
God, no. This is going to be one marathon. Have fun sing through it.
You better like it, or I'm going to come over there and make you
I sit through like 2-hour videos of people drawing stuff. It's awesome. It's like sped up of like a 10-hour drawing.
To 2 hours?
To 2 hours.
That's nuts, man. You know what we should talk about? The new Ninja Turtles trailer.
Yes, that's on my list.
And how awesome it looks.
Are you
right,
fucking...
guys? It looks
Shut up.
great, doesn't it? It
Get
looks
out.
terrible.
The turtles are disgusting blobs of CG.
It does. You're reading my Skype that I sent you yesterday.
I may or may not be. Okay,
yeah.
Just kidding, I am. Hey, guy, you play Achievement.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Ninja Turtles.
Nobody cares. Talk because first of all, Megan Fox is in the trailer before the Ninja Turtles are. Second of all,
all right, Megan Fox isn't hot anymore. It's all about KO.
But yeah, Megan Fox has more screen time than any of the Turtles, which is pretty bad. Who wants to see a Ninja Turtles movie about April?
No, and then the Ninja Turtle itself. Like, Mikey looks like shit.
They do not look good. They don't look good at all.
Something I was telling Chris over Skype yesterday. There's no scaling. All the turtles are different heights. And that's okay if it's like a few inches, but Leonardo towers over everyone. Michelangelo's barely taller than April. Donatello's tall enough to throw Raphael, and Raphael's tall enough to take out a Jeep by hitting it. Like, what?
I thought they were like human, like a little bit like about the same size as a human.
In the trailer,
in like
they're all different things.
Yeah, because they look giant. They look like little mini Hulks, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, they're way too big in it.
The movie just looks too gritty. Like they're trying to give everything the gritty remake.
I'm fine with the grittier Turtles.
No,
movie. I just don't think they got the look of the Turtles.
No,
I am
not fine with the gritty. I am not fine with the grittier Turtles. I want it to be as campy as possible.
That's what makes Ninja Turtles, honestly.
It's like, imagine what Power Rangers would be like if they took it seriously.
One of yours.
Who is random guest star?
Random roommate.
But yeah, like, imagine if there was an episode of Power Rangers where they had like $1 million budget and they took it super seriously and gritty.
Nah.
and Michael Bay directed it. It would be the worst thing ever because it's not campy.
That's why I didn't like Transformers that much, because it was too gritty. I like the old...
Transformers 4 trailer came out this month.
Oh, yeah.
Did it?
It did.
This month. That was a long time ago.
Not this month. It was a while ago.
Well, I first saw it yesterday, so leave me alone.
I like the dino.
John,
they did bring in the Dinobots finally.
Okay, so I was worried that it was going to be terrible. I didn't really have any hope for it. Then they released a screenshot of Optimus Prime riding a Dinobot.
That's sick.
And I'm like, okay, this has a chance at being incredibly dumb and awesome.
Dumb and awesome.
Dumb and therefore awesome.
But the thing
like
with
the only way that... yeah, whatever.
The thing with Ninja Turtles, though, like, I mean, here's the like, it's the whole like all the TV shows. They were all campy as fuck. All right, I gotta admit, they're pretty campy.
They're not.
So
they're not meant to be taken seriously.
Making this gritty ass movie that's probably gonna be like PG-13 from the looks of it. Like, kids like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But now there is this thing to think about. The new Turtle shows on Nickelodeon now, that's the third generation of Ninja Turtles.
And it's actually somewhat okay. It's not great, but
the
people
Turtles'
like it.
Popularity has gone down since the original 85 run.
True,
like,
but
each iteration of the Turtles is less popular than the previous. So I'm wondering, like, how much were the fans of the original 85 series in mind with this?
That's
like,
true.
Because all the people who were like fans in 85, they're mostly adults now. So is this gritty look just to give them a trip down memory lane while giving them something that's still age appropriate?
I don't think this gritty look is going to resemble anything remotely close to a trip down memory lane.
No, but Turtles. The Turtles alone sell memory lane, and then they can still enjoy the new, darker feel of it, you know?
I don't think they'll like the darker feel.
But
I don't think anybody's going to like the darker
feel. Was that the thinking of it?
Yeah, definitely. Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I watched the 2003 TV show. You know that one?
Yeah, I grew up on that, man.
That's the one I grew up on, and I really enjoyed that. And it wasn't as cheesy as the 85, but it was a cartoon for kids, you know.
Yeah.
So
I think this movie is like 5 years out of date. Like back when Transformers came out, everybody said that looks awesome, and tons of people went and saw it. And now Transformers is the word that everybody says when they want to say, "Oh, go watch Transformers instead of this awesome, intelligent movie." Like, and then it's like they gave this the Transformers treatment, and now, but it's now after Transformers has come out and people have realized exactly what that is.
This is because there's like the whole new generation of Ninja Turtles going on. Now, what I'm wondering, because like I said, there's the third generation series now. Was that series delayed until now to match with the movie, or was the movie delayed to match the show?
I don't think they're matching with the show, I think it's
not like same continuity, but timing. Like the show's only been out for not even a year yet, and now here's a brand new live action movie this summer.
I don't think it matters.
Pretty good hype.
It honestly doesn't matter.
I don't think it matters. Everybody knows what Ninja Turtles is. They don't need to promote it just because a new show's out.
You know what I just realized, actually? The look of
that this should be a Street Sharks movie?
The look of the new movie looks a lot like Out of the Shadows, that last-gen game that came out recently.
It does.
It looks a lot like that.
That absolutely nobody played.
Yeah, but here's what I'm thinking. If somebody's gonna go watch the new Ninja Turtle movie, and they got to know that since Michael Bay's directing it, they got to know that it's gonna be like pretty much like Transformers. It's gonna be a lot of action. It's gonna be pretty gritty.
You know
it's gonna have tits. Yeah.
Megan Fox is.
It's gonna have Donatello motorboating Megan Fox. That's all you need to know.
With a pizza.
With a pizza, anchovy pizza.
My friend showed me a Ninja Turtles porno once.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
involved a pizza.
We're
Nope,
not
we're
moving
done.
on. We're still talking about Ninja Turtles.
But moving on from that little end bit there, do we have anything else to say about the Turtles movie?
Oh, I just want to bring up the you guys remember the TMNT movie?
Oh, the
animated
2000.
That one was terrible.
2007 movie?
Here's what I'm thinking. Since that movie was kind of gritty, right?
Grittier than any Turtle stuff we'd seen before.
And it did shitty. So,
Oh.
It's really bad.
coming off of that, plus Michael Bay is directing the new TMNT movie, I'm thinking that the new one is going to be horrible.
Might be.
Michael Bay-
One thing. Just one thing. Michael Bay's sense of humor with the Ninja Turtles.
Ugh.
Well, I don't know. That could.
No.
Maybe that could work. I don't know.
I don't think it will.
You know what I just
Not for a
remembered?
second.
In the trailer, what? All right, here's what Michelangelo said when he comes across Megan Fox. Right?
Don't freak out. It's just a mask.
Don't freak out. It's just a mask. He takes off the mask.
And looks
he
disgusting.
looks horrible. And then Megan Fox faints. That's what if I go and watch that movie, that's what I'm gonna faint. I'm gonna be like Megan Fox. I'm gonna faint because it's just
Except you
He's
won't
gonna
look
be like,
nearly
well-
as good doing it.
yeah. Because she's a fucking actor and I'm not. Whatever. So
we
fuck
haven't gone over
Michael
time
Bay.
yet.
What have we not gone over yet?
We haven't gone over time yet. We're still the Skype call's only been an hour long.
We said 4:30. We said 4:30 to. We said 4:30 to 5:30. Now
But
it's 5:40.
we started super late though.
Oh, well, either way. Well, then we're at time now. But either way, we're still going over.
Yeah. What else do we have to talk about?
Right.
Oh, Ground Zeroes.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. What did you
What
call?
the fuck?
What did you call AC Comet earlier, Nick?
I called it a cash grab.
That's exactly what Ground Zeroes
Yeah.
is.
Cash grab. Fuck you, Zima. What the fuck is wrong with you? Eat my
Wait, I
dick.
told you about it yesterday, and you were like, "Oh my god, this is awesome! I'm totally gonna buy it."
I said I'm gonna rent it because it's fucking Metal Gear Solid. But fuck you, Kojima. Just fuck you. Why would you do this?
Well, it definitely could have been just the prologue of MGS5.
It was the prologue. They cut it to sell it by itself because this is the first Metal Gear game with Snake in a few years.
I don't care about
It's
the. I don't care about the
good.
game.
It's not even Snake. It's Big Boss.
It's not Snake.
It's not Solid.
It's not Solid
It's not
Snake.
Solid. It's Big Boss though.
Who is Naked Snake, aka Punish Snake, aka Jack.
So he's Snake. He's a Snake.
There's a lot of snakes.
There's
It's
there
confusing.
are 4 snakes.
Solid Snake,
Solid
Metal
Snake,
Snake,
Liquid Snake, Solidus Snake. The fuck was that?
Anyway, Ground Zeroes is basically just the prologue and a few side missions. And, like, open world Metal Gear, that wasn't open world. If it was, enjoy your open world military base.
But
It
here's
was
the thing.
an open world in that there were tons of collectibles to go find, and then if you find all the collectibles, you get to play as Raiden from Metal Gear Revengeance.
That's only on Xbox.
Oh yeah, I
You
forgot.
get a level with, like, classic PS2 pixelated Snake.
Yeah, but what I'm concerned about, like, I've seen gameplay. It looks amazing.
It
But
does.
what I'm concerned about is that they're selling it for $30 fucking dollars.
What?
Why?
Ground Zeroes?
Yeah.
It was originally supposed to be
It was
40,
originally 40. Then Kojima's like, oh, that's
It
too
wasn't
much.
that Kojima was talking about. It's that fans raged so hard.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, let's put it down to 30. Do you already have enough money? All right, Jesus, dude.
This is just
Besides,
overhyped.
besides, you know, 10 million thousand people are gonna buy Phantom Pain. You don't need to push Ground Zeroes.
I mean, I know we're a bunch of consumers over here in America, but you don't need to fucking do that to us. All right, like we're not that retarded.
I wonder
But-
how well the game did in Japan.
Now, notice you say that, Nick, But you're a longtime fan of the series, and you have plans to, if not buy it, right?
Yep.
See?
Because it's fucking Metal Gear, dude. Like I said before, I'm a fan. I gotta... As much as I'd hate to dish out $30, I'm still gonna at least rent it. Or borrow it from somebody.
It was made for the people like you. They knew fans would buy it in a heartbeat.
And the thing is, too...
Because it's the next piece of Metal Gear.
People that just go into the series, like with Ground Zeroes, they have no idea what's going on. They don't know who Big Boss is.
That's me.
They don't know who
Phantom
anybody
Pain is. Going to be my first Metal Gear.
If you really want to get into the series, you got to start from its roots.
Well, you got to play because Phantom Pain was going to be my first one.
Well, then you're stupid.
My first Metal Gear was MGS2, and I played all the old ones.
I'm gonna play MGS1.
MGS1 is great, but my favorite's probably the third one.
Wait, what do you mean MGS1? Oh, Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation.
I thought you meant like Metal Gear on NES, and I was like, hold up.
I mean, you don't really... I mean, that's a good one to play, but I don't know. It's kind of old.
But when you get down to it, Ground Zeroes is just a cash grab for Kojima to overhype the game and say, hey, look, fans, we've got more. Want this before the real thing comes out? Here you go. That'll be.
There is a lot of content in Ground Zeroes.
Not enough to justify $30.
But it's forced. It's forced.
And
I mean, you should play Ground Zeroes for Phantom Pain. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be its own separate thing.
It should be it should just be just a little bit less money. $20, people would not be arguing.
20 max.
I would be.
I'd buy it for 15, maybe 10.
I would not go over 15. 20 is really pushing it as far as I'm concerned. 15 was... I'd be unhappy to pay 15 for it. 20 is like the max it should ever be. But then they're like, that'll be 40. No.
Yep.
That a line has been crossed.
What I think they should do is they should put it with Phantom Pain and just count it as the original price that Phantom Pain's going for.
Yeah.
To compensate, because you can't just do that, honestly. Like if now other companies, here's what I'm thinking. If other companies see this,
Kojima's a titan.
If they see Konami doing this,
Metal Gear doing this.
No, if they see Konami doing something like this, other companies are going to want to do this.
If Ground Zeroes goes well, we're going to see hundreds of like paid prologues like this in the future.
However, as much as it doesn't seem like it, companies do in fact listen to the opinions, some of the opinions of some gamers, and this is not exactly hard to miss. Everybody yelling about how this game is too short.
Yeah. But still, there's some... For every company that does listen to gamers, there's two that don't. And each of those two is going to give us a paid prologue in the future. How long before we start getting games where it's like, whoa, what is this? They start like right in the middle. The beginning is totally nonsensical, and they're like, oh, you want the beginning? That's $20. Here's your DLC. That's going to be a thing now.
I really hope that's not what it comes to.
It's unavoidable. At least one other person's going to do it now. We know that.
Half-Life 2 Episode 3, the prologue to Half-Life 3.
Might as well be.
It might as well.
Valve is like the one company I trust to never do that, but if they do, that's when all faith in the industry is going.
No, they did it backwards. They released additional episodes at the end.
Yeah.
Basically DLC that aren't part of the actual game.
I mean, they are standalone though. The episodes.
Those are.
And they're damn good.
Those are different though, because that's Half-Life, and that's still its own massive thing.
The thing is, too, you could buy those for, like, dollars on the Steam sales, so it's fine. It evens out.
And on top of that, those are still fairly long games, too, right?
Yep. Yeah, they're pretty long.
How long?
I don't know exactly how long, but they're shorter than Half-Life 2, though.
But Half-Life 2 itself was fairly long.
Yep.
So
the thing is, as long as there are fans, they're gonna buy it. When I played Half-Life 2, and I saw that there's episode 1 and 2, I immediately bought it because I love the game. I want more. And take this into account with Metal Gear Solid. People haven't played a Metal Gear Solid game like
in a long time.
Like, I mean, Revengeance was a spin-off.
That's riding with a sword.
It's an action game, yeah.
Yeah, the last one that they played was MGS4, and that was a while ago.
Yeah, how many years ago was that?
I don't even know.
I'm going to Google it.
I think it was closer to the beginning of this generation. Last generation, actually.
MGS4, Guns of the Patriots. Worldwide release date, June 12th, 2008.
That was
so 6 years since the last Metal Gear.
Of course people are going to go crazy when Ground Zero...
And with a trailer like that for Phantom Pain...
That is a damn...
Everybody wants to buy that game.
Everyone's going to hop on board for Phantom Pain.
Words that kill...
Everyone's gonna hop on board for Phantom Pain, so and with 6 years from Metal Gear to Metal Gear, don't you think Ground Zeroes is gonna gain some traction here and there?
Probably.
And
overall, I think everybody who bought Ground Zeroes is happy with it because they put in 17 hours getting all the collectibles. Not reviewers, because reviewers have to think, okay, I finished the story, now I have other games to review, I can't afford to go back and do all the extra content that all the gamers enjoy.
I bet some reviewers get paid to do what they do, so they can afford the $30.
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
There's a lot of reviewers that make their livings doing these reviews.
The reviewers, they just get free copies of the game. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the reviewers don't care to play past the main story of the game, and they think that's all there is to the game. They don't notice that after you complete the main story of the game, the main menu says you have completed 7% and unlocked 23 new items.
I agree. Yeah, that's very true.
But at the same time, is that an excuse for games to be incredibly short? Like,
just because reviewers want it to be that way?
No, just because,
if Ground Zeroes was not a Metal Gear game,
it wouldn't fly.
It would be a complete failure.
Nope.
Are you saying it's an excuse for games to be like 2 hours long, and then the developers just be like, but wait, there's collectibles. It doesn't work like that.
Short games are fine. Portal
not 2 hours
and Mirror's Edge are very short. I can beat Portal in like an hour and a half, but those games are $10 though.
$30 games cannot be that short. And then the only excuse is like, but wait, collectibles. It can't be like that. That collectible.
I mean,
no. There's additional missions that are each like an hour long in
so that adds about like the additional missions.
So what?
Yeah.
It's like
those are actually like 15 minutes.
Yeah, they're 15 minutes.
They add about an hour total.
It's not an hour each. It's an hour for all of them.
So total, if you play everything, it's about 3
hours at best.
At best.
And then there's maybe a few collectibles. But if you found a lot, if not all of the collectibles during your first playthrough anyway, there's nothing left.
Well, think about it. Not that many games have been coming out for next gen. Well, I mean, the games have been coming out for next gen definitely, but like, their next gen gamers are always hungry for more games. Yeah. So something like this, they're gonna play a lot of. They're gonna play the main story over like multiple times, trying to do everything different ways, do all the stealth different ways.
There's some nut on YouTube. I'll try to find it. He beat the main story mission of Ground Zeroes in under 6 minutes.
That's because he wasn't actually playing. He was speedrunning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's speedrunning. He was like he'd been practicing probably for a week.
The thing with Metal Gear is that you can't just breeze through it. You gotta enjoy it. It's more than just the game.
It's the story.
It's the story. You gotta really get into it to actually like it. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna speedrun this shit. Ooh, I'm gonna kill all these guys. Yay.
But
no.
When you get down to it, you don't really get to do anything aside from speedrun Ground Zeroes. There's collectibles, a few, and all the missions are so short that most games have speedruns that are longer than those missions.
Hmm.
You know, a 2-hour game cannot be justified at $30 by collectibles. And if it were anyone besides Metal Gear, people would be raging.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, honestly, I think the price is outrageous, but it's a good game and people like it, so.
But it's too short for that price.
I know, that's what I said.
Yeah.
I agree with that. It's too short, but it's a good game. On its own.
I really hope I don't see this becoming like a standard. Paid prologues, and then collectibles.
That's why, as a community, gamers shouldn't buy games that are that much. Except for me, because I love Metal Gear Solid.
And that right there, except for me, because I love Metal Gear, that's what big companies like that are
No, but
on.
people people that haven't even played the series got it because they say, "Ooh, Phantom Pain. This is a little prequel to Phantom Pain. I'm gonna buy it." They have no idea what's going on. It's a ripoff.
And then I saw, like, someone told me Ground Zeroes is 2 hours. I was like, what? I was gonna start Metal Gear with this.
Imagine how would you feel if you didn't really know what this was, and you just say, "Hey, Snake looks cool. Game's $30. Sure, why not? It's not $60, but I want a game for my PS4, so I'll buy it."
That was almost me.
And then you play it, and
Oh, shit.
and then it's that short. Imagine, like, would you be like, okay, so was that worth the experience or not? Or would you be like, okay, wait, there's more that I can do, and then you do that stuff. Would you think that it was worth the experience?
But that brings it back to, do collectibles justify 2-hour games? I think not.
No, they don't. But here's what people should do. They should either rent it in any way they can, or they should, with other people, like, pool the money together to buy it and
buy
play
a shared copy.
Buy a shared copy. It's not rocket science, but
it's just this should have come out 3 years ago as bait for Metal Gear fans.
Yeah.
Or just
now
like
it's bait. What, a month before release?
No, not a month.
I have no clue when.
It's just like why.
Releases, by the way.
Or they should have made, like, instead of this, make like a 3-hour game, and just like 3 years ago, just something to feed the hungry Metal Gear fans.
You know what Konami used to do though, like with the old games, they used to put demos, like in like other games that they have, like Zone of the Enders. They put a Metal Gear Solid demo in there, so they should have done that. They should have put Ground Zeroes as a demo
somewhere else.
For another game, or maybe just release it as a demo.
It is a demo. That's all it is.
It's pretty much a demo.
$30 demo. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I
don't know. It's excusable if it's like a huge fan base and everybody's going to buy it, but this is not something that should continue to happen, basically.
It's a cash grab, like I said before.
Yeah.
And if that continues, there will be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
What some game developers forget, it's a very unique industry because a lot of it's community as well as consumer.
It's an industry of not screwing up is what it is.
But gaming has just as much community as it has consumerism.
Yeah,
and sometimes developers forget that.
Being a community manager or hiring community managers
is the best
is literally the easiest job in the entire world, and nobody seems to get it right. Who do you hire? Do you hire a professional person with a degree in like community management or whatever? No, you hire a gamer who goes on NeoGAF every day.
Somebody who actually has an opinion.
Yeah.
That people give a damn about.
But nobody does that. They hire like social science workers or whatever who can think they can read the market.
Old people that are like, "Ooh, this is violent. I don't like it."
Old people that
and
think
Same-Sex 4 is banned in Australia.
Stands.
Everything's
banned in Australia, John.
Fair enough.
Poor Aussies.
But yeah, there's definitely this is very dangerous for the industry if this becomes like something that happens.
I predict
it's not going to be a thing that happens. I
feel like there's going to be some people out there that are like, well, Kojima's huge, they're doing it, and do it.
What this is going to be like is going to be like the people other companies are going to be like Sony this year or last year at E3, where it was where Microsoft screwed up and tripped over their own feet into a huge ditch, and then at E3, Sony just didn't screw up. They just did what people wanted them to do and made the thing $100 cheaper.
It's true. Sony basically won the next-gen console war before it even came out by not saying anything.
Yeah.
They're just like, all right, guys, we got this
here. They're just like, and then Microsoft... here's exactly what you expected. Look at those Microsoft fools. Ha 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 ha. PS4 for the win.
What Sony did was, hey, look, we got a PS4. What's Microsoft doing? And then Microsoft's like, well, we got this thing, and it's got this and this, and everyone's like, ew. And then Sony's like, oh.
And even after Microsoft reversed all that Xbox One garbage, the damage was already done.
Yeah, Sony basically dominated E3 just because.
Well, let's not talk about console wars though. My point is that it's an industry of not screwing up. Konami screwed up.
Microsoft screwed up.
And now other companies aren't going to make the mistake of having a payable prologue.
Can I add something real quick?
Sure.
Of course.
I think that what was I going to say? I think that the community, like the gaming community, is getting much stronger than it used to be.
It definitely is.
Because like back in like the day, when video games were new,
you would have maybe two kids hanging out in the yard talking about
video games, and
then there'd be the new Zelda.
And then there'd be people calling them nerds and shit, like, "Oh, you're a nerd," like all the normal people. Now more people play video games.
Chris, I hear your TF2 game sound.
So I think in the future, though, the community's going to be stronger and more and bigger.
Because, look what was happening with the whole SOPA thing a couple years ago. I'd say it's safe to say that gamers were leading the revolt against SOPA.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably. And the reason is YouTube gameplay.
Yeah, and the fact that gamers took SOPA to Congress. They fought their way to Congress. That shows some pretty good stuff.
And this is why I think that the Ground Zeroes isn't going to happen again.
I really hope it doesn't.
Because we have more influence on devs nowadays than
it seems like it won't. But if it does, it'll be a problem. Because if it happens again, then people will be like, "Wait, it didn't work for Kojima. These guys weren't afraid to take the risk and do it. Maybe we should try too." If people are still going for it.
Yeah.
If like a few other, even one or two more big companies do it, it's gonna catch like wildfire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because the companies that try to read the market or whatever, they're not gonna look at the gamers anymore. They're gonna look at their fellow companies.
Yeah.
And see, everybody's doing this.
Especially
the gamers most
like the turn of the generation like this. This is a very delicate time for the industry. This is a time when a lot of mistakes are going to be made, or a lot of breakthroughs could be made.
Yeah.
And when someone does something right now, that sets the tone for the console generation.
Yeah, especially with probably one of the biggest franchises on next gen so far.
Of course.
So far, yeah.
Like Metal Gear's huge. It's one of the few remaining Japanese AAA blockbuster games
that people give a damn about in the States.
Yeah. Or in total, really, because most of those Japanese games are just like.
I for one love
like little anime like Vita games. Japanese games are amazing.
I love them, man.
People in America just aren't as interested anymore as they used to be.
Shame.
Back when Japan created the game industry.
Hey, remember Chrono Trigger?
I love that game. Yeah, still play it. But and a good example is Persona 4. Not a lot of people here in the States really. I think more people should know about it. It's a very underrated
going to fuel your argument? I've never heard of that.
Chris, you know what Persona 4
I
is.
know.
Right?
I know what Persona 4 is. I want to play it, but I don't have a PS2. Maybe I'll emulate it.
Yeah.
I have no clue what that is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's very underrated.
It's just a jam.
And I think more people should know it.
I think people should get excited about Japanese games rather than... Because basically, marketing engineers or whatever in companies say that anime doesn't sell. And all those Japanese... all those Japanese games have like... No, but I can understand. Like 2 years ago, I was a kid who hated anime because I thought, ew, Japan, ew, too kawaii for me. And then...
Kawaii.
and then I got into Attack on Titan, and the rest is history. But basically, like, there's a group of people that is less inclined to buy something because there's anime people on it, and there's a group of people that is more inclined to do so. It's really like strange between person to person, but like either you like Japanese games or you just don't care at all.
Yeah, it's like, oh, anime games. I don't like those. How many? There's like 20 DBZ games.
I love
probably
those.
more than that, and so many Naruto games.
Naruto.
I don't even know what that is.
You never watched Naruto?
No. See, I can't even pronounce it.
Oh my god, I love Naruto.
I watched DBZ.
And DBZ.
There you go. But I never had any part of Naruto.
Naruto, DBZ, those were I grew up on that.
I grew up on Power Rangers and Jetix and whatnot.
Well, Power Rangers is Japanese.
Yeah, very Japanese.
The world's worst dub?
Power Rangers is Super Sentai, the Japanese show, refilmed with American actors.
Yep. And dubs. And poopy. They don't even refilm most scenes, though.
No, anything when they're in a suit, they don't refilm.
Nope.
That's called dubbing, kids.
It's just... The kids in America don't want to go for those Japanese people.
We're the kids in America.
I love...
Just stop.
Alright, so that was a massive sidetrack.
It's a good one, though.
It is a very good one.
It's a good topic. People, play more Japanese games. Buy Revengeance on Steam. That game's amazing.
Outsource jobs, people. Outsource our money.
Yep.
So,
Japan for the win.
Fuck Halo. Fuck Microsoft.
Now, hold on.
Everything. I'm kidding, dude.
You and your Halo.
I enjoy Halo.
I like Metal Gear Solid like you like Halo, John.
Fair enough.
So.
I can understand that and I can respect that.
So go Japan.
Hooray.
Japan is the best.
Now, there is one
Platinum Games, everybody. Platinum Games.
Nintendo.
This developer is probably one of my favorite developers already. And they're an indie game developer from Japan who made Revengeance.
Awesome game. I haven't played it, but it's pretty cool.
They nailed... The gameplay is like absolutely pitch perfect. That's what's the best about it. Just all the controls. Oh, it's so good. But yeah.
So, here is our final topic for the day, unless we get sidetracked again. And since this is the final topic, I'm not going to steer it back. If we get sidetracked, hooray. This is where I stop caring because final topic. Oculus Rift is now owned by Facebook.
I could care less. Who cares?
Good. More money for Oculus. Great. Awesome.
Great.
Fantastic.
But what if Facebook messes it up now?
They're not going to mess it up.
So I've been reading up, and
this is why I had to have Chris for this one.
Both Mark Zuckerberg and
Mark Schmuckerberg
and whatever Oculus dude, not John Carmack, but one of the Oculus dudes. We're talking. They said that they're going to have exactly as much freedom as they did when they were an independent company.
Did you guys also?
You're not going to have to sign into Facebook whenever you want to use the Rift.
Oh, God.
You're not going to have to it's not going to post so and so just played TF2 with the Oculus Rift. It's not going to.
Steam,
there's not going to be anything.
Facebook integration. That would be terrible.
There's not going to be anything like that. They're going to have just as much freedom. There's not going to be any software changes. Facebook's not going to corrupt it. So as long as there's more money for Oculus, it's a good thing.
But the thing is, Oculus has competition now because Sony's doing their own VR headset.
For the PS4 only.
Yep.
Are they? I have not heard of this. Do tell. Do tell.
You haven't heard of like the
You
biggest
haven't heard of
GDC
it?
announcement?
No.
Did you like pay
I don't
attention to
follow
GDC?
Sony news.
You don't follow GDC? Because that was like the biggest announcement of GDC.
Yeah.
I don't follow GDC. I follow.
It's called. Oh, I forget what it's called. It's
I'm
it's
following
almost
the game.
the name is almost as dumb as Oculus, but it's
Shit. I remembered it and
so
now
impressionable. But no, I don't follow GDC. If a game I'm following has some big event for it, like Arkham Knight at GDC, that's when I look into GDC, but I only look at GDC when I'm specifically looking for something that I know I'm going to find there.
well,
But here's the thing: when I mentioned the Sony VR headset, is there gonna be like, do people care enough about VR
Nope.
that there's gonna be a competition at all? Like, I could care less.
There's gonna
I
be.
think it's cool.
there's gonna be the people like me who really want VR. They want the full holodeck experience, and they're gonna put tons of money in it, and those are all gonna be PC gamers.
But here's the thing:
Nobody wants to sit on a couch wearing a headset. They want
Virtual
to
Boy,
they want to be up and around like you can with the PC.
Razor Hydra and stuff.
Razor Hydra and Virtuix Omni. Have you seen the Virtuix Omni?
That's like the treadmill one, right?
Yeah, that's the treadmill.
Virtual Boy 2.0. Nintendo, make it happen.
Virtual Boy 2.0. Red and black games close to your
Mario
eyes.
Tennis.
Hey,
Water
guys, come on. It's gonna be
Can we
blue this time.
Can we talk about, it was the announcement or leak or whatever was a while ago, but since this is the first podcast, can we talk about Nintendo's new console?
What the Wii U?
Yeah.
The
They
Wii?
released a new console. Or
They're
announced.
they're making a new console. They haven't announced it. They haven't announced it or anything. It might have been leaked. Maybe
What?
people don't know.
Yes.
I'm legitimately curious. This is the first
Okay.
I've heard of it.
But yeah, Wii U. Everybody knows Wii U was a complete and terrible failure, and everybody knows exactly why too.
I bought it though.
Because oh yeah, and there's tons of great games on it. It's just
Wonderful 101.
nobody's buying
Oh,
it.
fuck that.
Wonderful 101's
That's
101's
bullshit.
amazing.
Why
I
would
don't
you-
even know what it is. I just had to hear Chris talk about it because I know
I
he loves it.
don't like.
Wonderful 101's awesome.
I bought it because of Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah, Mario basically sold the Wii U.
And Smash is gonna sell
Smash.
even more
Ooh,
of the Wii U.
I forgot about Smash.
Smash is coming out soon. That's gonna
And-
sell at least 1 million copies, hopefully.
And Mario Kart 8.
But it's just the Nintendo understands that the Wii U is a failure, and they are now preparing for the next console, which looks like it's going to be an integration of the DS and the Wii together.
That could be very interesting, actually.
Because the 3DS is selling. Everybody's buying the 3DS.
The 3DS, when it first came out, was a terrible, terrible flop, though, when
So,
it first got started.
the
That's
thing-
because
The thing about the Wii U and the 3DS is that the new console, which will include a DS, is that you'll actually be able to take this with you and play the exact same games on this DS.
So
but
it's kind of like the
anywhere
Wii U
you
control. It's like the Wii U controller, but as a full DS, basically.
Yeah, as a full DS, and you can take it wherever you go. And yeah,
That actually sounds like it could be very interesting.
it's basically like, remember when the Wii U was first announced, and everybody thought like,
It
wait,
would be the greatest
is
thing
this
ever.
is this an accessory for my Wii?
yes.
Or is this an actual console? Like when your like customers are confused about what your actual product is,
You know it's
you're
going to do bad.
you're in a bad place.
Especially like.
But people understand
especially
what this
with
is.
Nintendo, when they're known for pushing out millions of accessories for all their stuff, and if people still can't tell a Nintendo console from an accessory, that's when it's time to turn around.
Yeah. But anyways, the combining the Wii U and the 3DS is probably the greatest thing ever, because in Japan they buy handhelds, so they'll buy it. They'll buy the 3DS.
Yeah, they eat that up.
Yeah, the idea is that they're going to be sold separately, probably, so that people in Japan will buy the 3, and they'll be like, okay, wait, I can play these same games, but better and on a bigger screen? Sure, and then they buy the console. And then in America, we buy consoles, so they'll be like, wait, I can take these games with me wherever I go? Sure.
How?
But are people going to trust them now? Because since the Wii U flopped, are they gonna?
Wii U did flop pretty hard.
That's the wild card there. Is that nobody really knows.
Nobody knows.
What they need more launch titles. They need because when the Wii U came out, there were no games for it. There was Pikmin.
Do you know why there were no games for it?
Why?
Because
third party.
Oh yeah.
Third party backed down because they couldn't make anything for that controller.
That's exactly why.
They didn't want to spend the time.
Third party backed out. The only real, for a very long time, the only big things that the Wii U had working for it had AC3 as a launch title.
Yeah.
That helped quite a bit, maybe. Because that was the best thing in the launch lineup, to be honest. And
yeah.
Right now, the best third-party game you can get for the Wii U is Call of Duty Ghosts. I mean,
who would play that on Wii U?
There's no third party there. I mean, if you buy a Nintendo console to play Nintendo games, but when it came out, there were no Nintendo games.
Exactly.
That's why I bought it, because I wanted to play 3D World.
I want to play so many Nintendo games. I want to play Smash. I want to play 3D World.
They got a new Zelda.
I want to play Bayo 2. I want to play all of the Zeldas.
But what? We're 2-3 years into the console's life cycle, and we're just now getting the first wave of Nintendo. Nintendo content.
That therein lies the Wii U's failure. Yep. Like people will say, "Hey, where's all the Nintendo games?" And then the answer is, "And thus the Wii U."
Yeah, because look at Xbox One and PS4. Those both launched with a wave of exclusives, and then maybe had one or two other games.
Yeah.
And now there's Nintendo. It took maybe 1 or 2 years to get an exclusive.
That's worth it to buy.
And the only real thing they had for a long time was Arkham City Armored Edition, and even that extra damage mechanic was later brought to everyone in Origins anyway, so that doesn't matter.
Besides, people already bought Arkham City. They don't want to play it again. They have no reason to play it again.
Yeah. Oh, look.
Especially considering how bad that ending was.
Yeah, Arkham City was great when it came out, but it lived its life in 2011 and 2012.
When it came out for Xbox and PS3.
No one's going to want it now, 2013, 2014, again, here on Wii U.
Unless your parents bought you a Wii U.
Can I talk about something unrelated for a minute?
Sure.
What in the world is a Game of the Year edition? These games are not a Game of the Year. What was it? Tomb Raider
Game of the Year.
Has a Game of the Year edition. It was never even close to being Game of the Year.
Borderlands 2
wasn't even nominated. Dishonored, Borderlands 2, all the what even is a game?
Dishonored was nominated.
Well, Dishonored was nominated, but
didn't Dishonored win something?
No.
Why is Game of the Year edition why is that the name? Why isn't it just Enhanced Edition or whatever?
I think what it is, if they win even one magazine or one website's Game of the Year award, that's okay, we can do a Game of the Year now.
Why isn't there a Minecraft Game of the Year edition?
Because Minecraft's basically Game of Forever.
Yeah, it is. You're right. No, Minecraft Game of the Year edition, and
would just be this.
You just get more bonuses.
Do people still play that?
Yeah.
My brother plays it every day.
I feel like younger kids are starting to play it now.
Yeah. It's the older kids are passing down Minecraft to the younger generation. That's
the younger generation and older YouTubers.
Because all my little cousins, my little brothers play it. You know.
Who watches Minecraft YouTube anymore?
No one.
If you notice the Yogscast, who basically paved the way for Minecraft on YouTube, they rarely do Minecraft content anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 days in 2 weeks they'll do Minecraft content, and they basically made that an industry.
The only original Minecraft thing I've seen in such a long time is Markiplier's Drunk Minecraft, where he grabs a bunch of guys and they all get drunk and then they have challenges to do, and they just do the most ridiculous things.
Basically, Achievement Hunter's Let's Plays, though. Achievement Hunter does good stuff with Let's Play.
I haven't played it since beta. Minecraft.
I stopped playing a long time ago. But yeah, it just Game of the Year edition means absolutely nothing. It's just an excuse to get more money.
Pretty much.
And it's a concept exclusive to America.
Is it really?
Big American companies.
Big American companies.
Well, I think there is...
Like, you're never going to see a Metal Gear Solid Game of the Year edition.
Yeah. Or enhanced edition, or... Like, it comes out. Like
8 months later, Phantom Pain Game of the Year edition now available.
It's not going to happen. They don't do that.
I don't know. After Ground Zeroes, Kojima seems to be making a lot of steps that we don't expect, you know? We don't really know what to expect from Kojima in the future now that we've got something so kind of new territory, like what they did with Ground Zeroes, paid prologues. That's a new thing. We don't know what they're going to do if they're starting something like that now. What?
Oh, Chris just killed me in TF2. I had no idea he was in the server. Dude. He freaking stalked me in here.
Spoilers, people for listening to the podcast.
I was playing TF2 the entire time.
Oh, don't worry,
you
they got
had
the Steam
no
alerts.
idea.
They got the Steam alerts in the video.
It's like no, it's like you're like in the ring and you like just fought like an enemy or whatever, and then he pulls off a hood and it's Vince McMahon. He's like,
You're fired.
He's like, it was me the entire time. I was playing TF2 the entire time.
Alright, so, we done?
That was the worst wrestling reference I could have made. I don't know anything about wrestling though, so. Except the names of the wrestlers.
We done, gents?
Me too.
I'm done. I'm tired.
Let's
It was good podcast.
That was a very good podcast.
Actually better than I thought it would be.
Indeed. I'm John, here with Nick and Chris. In the future, we'll probably do these live on Twitch as well.
Or put it on iTunes or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely be on iTunes. Well, that's a lie. It'll probably be on iTunes. And in the future, if we end up doing more of these, they will be live on Twitch, and then that will be recorded and put onto YouTube.
Okay.
Alright, thank you all for watching.
I've been considering getting into Twitch streaming.
You can stream with me, because Flaming Marshmallow's Twitch account. Link below!
That'd be fun. But yeah.
Stay frosty.
Alright. Thank you all for watching. This is Tough Cookie and our guests signing out.